to gran andagala pitanindi. Kini hiya sa ono hondi. Gelanga masa gran andagala pitanindi sa ta. Nenin kono sinto mon buliata. Kana sino to la tumul kono buliata doktoruya. Corona dunga jande. Odo jande meduna mol kono ngaka tanana maksuta.
Good evening to our wonderful viewers out there. Once again, we are back here on Gambian Talents TV. I mean, your usual program that comes your way every Thursday. And in this edition, we are joined by two prominent folks. I mean, in the name of Mot Lamin Amani, the United Democratic Party Students Wing, Secretary General, of course, I mean, former United Democratic Party Chair, Comboys Ibrahim, I mean, Honorable Ibrahim Sise, and of course, Makasuba will be my co-host in this interview, or in this panel discussion. Will take you some of the pressing issues happening in the country at the moment. As we all know, the election is just as if allowed. I will come to you, Mani, okay? Exactly. So Ibrahim can tell us exactly, yeah.
Min keta tumando a beta kachala no bara ko do mondi mu bintu wolonga ntol sakonte mbadi amla don fangwalla ntol ntenga jele ko na candidate mu mintu no wolong meyo bentudati wolon tele candidate bare niaji be ntele candidate o nying no anata na kele basuto during the process. Amanke coming ko abota nang fenko Jojo labul wala maybe the interview panelist, but abota nang party dingol fongol la Carola mi yalon ko andi ko ya wata no mbake then ngaje ko at least momo fani yala nyanto soto la do ata nyawnya pour ka fenni ne mi yalon ko be hameri walla so ngaje ko mantano kon la fala nyami ngaje ko min ko andong that's not the way we wish it to happen, so I feel it's better we stay back than to disturb them.
But Nico, I mean, Kelosor, I mean, going I understand about nine candidates also will do the Purkanying Fenkwini. Amar San 11 exactly. Thank you for correcting me. Amar San will Konoleno. But now when you said ko Kelo Warta Talib Cup, among win, I mean Amar San Fanama win and other module Fanama win. I mean what Kelo Benyadi because for doing Talib Ma win, will you Kelo back and them because I understand I mean due process was followed. I mean
article more be application on your submit may be near they all completed the process. I can say it's only tale me anko I interview like then another application on your bondi because I prior commitments like me anko I feel what a gender will proceed with that application before up to the last minute, then there are necessary things that he needs to do. Wala nyinti ko kataka pa bifong ya minkita ba usin kataka ka meet in person ka itandala ko prior commitments leketa so jandi mbetambla nyi stage la oto fonga ne kanke nyininka mbetembe jumalto wala nyinti ko fo ila application o yemin dundi ba withdraw kan ba wala fo manta withdraw la an ke ba nyi itandala ko ala application o nyi manta withdraw la. So what I itandala ko nte dal nganta dundile andunga kumole for me alonko there are prior commitments so abakuma ya albake ngana nginyi nka ni ba bonla ngalo ni ta bonla ngalo but kabara seniata maka jeko wata bondila wata ko wata ba ta bondila le and then kabara ya ta bondi fana manda wala ya tandala ko ntela mu organizing or campaign and organizing chairman or secretary, which is same as chairman, you come ko UDP kono. And in ngalon ko UDP la campaign and organizing secretary, wale ka nyaton kaya ki campaign ni ko mu mebela. So another nyine itandala ko what sign kujama la hapuntan tema. Ni nte ko mbe kontinela pour ka ke campaign and organizing secretary te andun nten nata ke komoti mimbe ta bulo mutala kata banko be tamantama abe kela moli sunoleti ni ku na rafinta kono for whether we like it or not ni ku finta kono ndelba blame mutala. So what to give you that advantage mbe nyingani la kana plus wo sende ninga plus wo nyin sende ba yelal ko you can also feel comfortable pour ye motombo wala ka fo motombo ye because saka kewol nyam ka fo motombo mi an ko at least mo be se jiko ni lando so dato isaji na se do ko so wala atna
but nga kalamta non commando Talib has always been loyal to the party at some point, you know, and daddy Dabo, nobody dares to run against him because they are according that respect. Well, I can now Talib ko when the daddy ala penko nyendundi ate he will recuse himself from bondi right? But in Ajo Gavanna Danka from bondi, but also he distanced himself from the party. Remember ko Talib has an ulterior motive toward this whole thing. Because Nico, meaning Dabo knew it was obviously if Dabo should go in the polls in 2026, that should be enough for him. What was your reaction to that?
Yeah, I think to be candid near GB, can bring mayor tata purkala plus when you sing at that juncture, Bausin for Yanta fly ko no, etoko kule tambitan tema, lando ten tema, wale mi vital la landa, prove what about neo plus or similar. I was saying that no, interbalari and Hankabi, we have to go. They shouldn't have accepted that resignation at that juncture. You understand? But now Tandal coming on it meaningful, intermarriage coming on ground, but Hanka being sarcastic. But there was no odd step me and got a fan of the mental, okay, fine. Able plus was syndicating accept while Lantakelton. At that juncture, at least, and at the dingolo, while at the dingolo, at la and the political con. And look, coming go for Yami, Obunya barbaning Pabi in Taman, what a janitor. So, need not up to this tight situation, if I go to Kibani and Tafel go to sign. Nga singa kachaba ite mina differences nindi because nteman la fieta faneta you understand me but you move la fieta because we are thinking about the numbers that we need you understand if like example it's an example if like we have a 10% in 2021 no let's just say 27% though something was on 20 but it's better example we have 27% in 2021 I think this is supposed to be the focus for everybody, including the dad himself, to maintain and to keep anybody who intends to leave. You understand? So at that point, it was the right occasion for both of them for dad to tell him, no, you are not going, I'm not accepting your article of resignation until if mayor acts otherwise, then he can know I cannot do or I cannot go beyond this. You understand?
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, even though, I mean, United Democratic Party is a democratic party, like its name itself defines itself. So, my miracle, that law opinion whatsoever, the party is democracy. You can express it, right? I mean, more like mine, what's your take on this whole thing, by the way?
Well, disappointed na Honorable Kumakangol Lajane. Near United Democratic Party, it's an institution. Maybe Baluka Nimbankun Campus, send him one in Conon. Abenadunka, send you Tansabanyol Con. Anong alawosa ni morning kono to betu kono aka participate presidential election kono aka participate deputy election kono minkere national assembly members aka participate chairman election kono aka participate council election kono anong atebe momin nok mo fo kanya minkere Talib Ahmed Bensouda aba position ole kono saintante minkere chairman position ando anata through the United Democratic Party bar kabra bo position fo ni ani molle opposition oni yo bar comme atele assumption no keta minti janka fo manna candidate woleta wala atina tebe bola wodete amara sain kabiri ma janim be futal presidency fon kabiri be fenko nyin kono mimmo chairman fenko nyin mayoral ni atara molmini alon ko fana be modul support kam because democracy kon momo ni la support ale so ko ni election obe keri so ni molmil fana man Talib support no wotu monyin wol fana ko be fintila because dol fintital bari ni wol fana mol yaaje ko mi mini alon ko manna fan fole ta nyenta fintila uta kamunda bi UDP ta sotala because every election kabo world level molle ka contest position rosa ne atara ko mi momo na kanana biani momin kanana wo ni mete ta itela wo mol ni te fon bajal ko mi nyanta bolale wo mol fana yaaje manna moleta uta kamunda UDP ta sotala so uta kamunda honorable la point ning ala base mang sembe soto pour moy finti parti kon seko li akami fo fana maybe fo fitinole sotola o kelole sotola United Democratic Party mo structure de miya lonko ala official communication sotole ala executive finance soto annu nyi fitino min betu ka fotending anene mon fin United Democratic Party la any official website or pages on Facebook miya lonko is run by the administration of United Democratic Party ka derogatory language olem kuma kan jewol mutake fay Talib Ahmed Bensouda kam malo fonate aje barinten nene maje anu nene maje fana mol min yalon ko e tollem UDP ne kunu kumalde ningo kunu kumal wolle molti min yalon ko e be UDP tamandir bulol sambaka executive member hani kilin fana man findindi ka kuma kan jewo muta kala Talib Ahmed Ben Sudaka oto kuma fula nyam fana ka fo maybe kelole baka oto wo kelo fana man ke UDP la kelati because UDP ta fo associate la no kelela mi yalon ko amam bo ala executive member bulo kon secondly amam bo press statement fana bol mi yalon ko is signed by UDP la media and communication so woto alo point of fana nying democracy kono fana ma wo fana ta but nding resignation on min be care intending mol be batungola le ni nata ajibe it's just a matter of abekela wati jamale bare jiko binunje ko min nying sifa abekela ko mi la nyinin karo yemin kate fon wajam nin talifon tata aje ko mi okay mbita kam presidential election ole kono in 2026 anunte I belong to a political party wo political party kam mo kilinda male tommo akakala flag biarade so ni wo tombo ndir wato sida tali finditale akoni ataran ba ushenu be ñini ndiro kala ñi siron la pour que UDP represent ka ke la flag biarade nde talim tan ñini ndiro kala anda man ka dam malaf yankuba fanan fintital wo fane the same thing nef so woto akamunta talibi ya tandila ni yankuba be komi usenu da bola nyaton ko ya pour que UDP tambika ke UDP la flag biarade waytul wasal ni modu fanan be tambila mi manke usenu da boti woto be ñini ndiro kala position wala ate talib nata ya an usenu janne aba janning application fa ba submit la usenu tata coffee time le pita ya nyinin kaji ka tandi komi fo dum ibe application o kelal malum fe wodula kalam talno ako pite hante be application o kelal bari mbe sunole kono sciententing molle banda min alon ko mbo sunole kono ma application o dunni bari mina kelal anu jikita nin talib moy mol min ba bale e umwele yo so nin talib nada ay application o dundi ama usenu call ama nyinin ka bari saying kabirin atata interview be to kala first process min kede interview di anata bodula to kataka usenu nyinin ka fa nata kalam dal ko mi la application o dundile woto ntenga jele ko mi ni atara nu UDP bentele tombon na kanke la flag be arade ndesa adama bonino usenu fana ya tandala ko mi kuma kan min be bulol bende fana bul ni UDP fana sande tano kanke la flag be arade njikere ndesa adama bonino woto akamunta talibe channel lonne already asa usenu access no minna pour que right information o suitable whether be contest or contest so akamunta amine ke you put the cart before the horse janni be talia application okay you could have visited usenu ya tendalo community la flani nekel mimbetu keta after the interview could have been the first step talibe minkel na okay maybe be honorable min be sir intending ibele status la no party kono junal maybe no application of fonta sotal bar kabra okay it's like talib abe kuleto mi alon ko bi o ko ni wala findita banko be tu bole je kande ni nata ji hani mil fanambe resign kan ajibe honorable ko min fojang ko min na candidate so kambina candidate o botaje ndefana nata bojel and woman nyene kala honorable wala call because mina nyende kala you subscribe to the party based on ala principles anaka tamandi nyami party tamandir bulo ko mi ngayi UDP jelembe join ka nyangadi atelem party di misa banko kolya bonino aka based on ala policies but not individual ko mi talib le ba UDP anunte talib la flol ken presidential candidate nin talib mon tombo ton tebe bolal an woli ba mo jamal bulo kono mol min be resign kam fana be constituency le jibe kay bo kan lan min wolem KMCT wolem talib do ko nyolti oto nyinka tandile ko mi e ngununo keta ko lele anu mol be bulol be nyokono le pour kaje ko mi nyin ko keta wati isa finti sa lovo ni wonde bi mo jamal to sonna resign na party to ni ata nyin ko man tabi kabrin jura intele jibe.
Yeah, for me I have a question.
Before Adama will come, I just want to make some clarifications. Fine. Comme kai minul fotenting. Lord Mayo e bawsen commandele before about application of submit la. Lumina bawsen tata radio to kataka chalaji. That day on Tuesday, that was the day Bausin for our application or submit. That was the very day. And then our application or submit dami along administrative headquarters to Banjul. Ya famla ma submit, either ya kumbajeta ya wala alaji SW ya bara samale office of Fonta submit J. So but another lonyadi la ko we are from Bausin ya application of submit that day even before. Lord Mayor commande on Monday, when on Tuesday supposed to be the last day for the applications. I bausin command the kaitanda la ko samala mu deadline and near jibe kuma kamol la fotako nteta apply la nita apply dum fana nia apply ntenga apply then ntenita nyo sabala statement full fota nia apply mfana nga apply then nyo sabota kelantema fine nia apply ngalon ko apply den ta apply ba nia apply man ko apply ninga apply de nyoso botente or true statement or lafota. Then kabring I pabi kumande kaitanda la ko samala mu deadline oti. Jandim ben application or dundla fo eta submit leba. Ke ba nyina itanda la ka mata submit. You understand? Then Lord Mayor application on him for process to one yamaka sambaka deliver. Kabri application on him pass. It was around 4 or 5. The news break go Lord Mayor application on him dundele. Yeah, family. Then we later realized, some media outlets yeta day on the whole ba we seen application on dundele last week. And even if you go back to the some of the news medias, you can see it there. Even Kerfato is there. And some of the UDP militants, most of them have wrote this on their timelines. Koba Usenial application a week before Talib. You understand? So near even Talib interviewed after interview facing the interview panel. After facing the interview panel, I attended the interview the media. I mean the media interviewers. I attended the call. Before ben application of dundela nga keba kumande. He can go back to his interview and then yalla moy kuke. Nya jeje ba aba afoje la ko ngan application of dundele. Sorry nga ba usen kumandele pour ka nyinin ka jandim ben application of dundela. Ya famle. But kabrin diamol continuator wali ya tinna afunga yala moto mala kabori ka keba nyinin ka. Isaje keba nyin sa ko nyin sen yandala fo abata bondela fata ta bondila. You understand? Because kunga fueko nyimmo flol kanunte ya mimbe tema. And then let us not deviate. Ko nyaton kol minili yalan ko wolle bije e mang talib neng walla e mang kuma for talib ma. We are talking about an institution which is United Democratic Party. You understand? Being it executive members or militants, whoever comes with such a derogatory statements, ibajelal ko party nyanta fintela na kafuko hanide an kananyinka anga keten. This is the unity. You understand? So you know them quality me alonko they were neglected. You understand? Nyaji be party model be intellectual don't tell a position or more what about. But there are people me and they are in the party. You never expect those people to resign. You understand? Wale atina akonyin critical tale. Some people ita ba mira ko be larin dama montra lari woto. Ya family. Keba nyim mo be bulari wala noma. And keba nyim I chance to no to unite us. You understand? I chance to and no wala nan ko even kabrin talib ka ba la resignation no sendela kabrata daya that John Jajanda like no te ko ita sendela.
Okay, so honorable, what do you think makes Talib to resign from his position? Because slang come ni daddy apply amanta apply la ba abe yam fala daddy mo ko ne ko but slang daddy apply ta bonde anata ka resign ko take. Then don't you think he wasn't subscribing to the principles of the
all right, fine.
Instead he is speaking for his
niajibe I mean for ke ba nye ko lan no tenni tema mimba tinala ninta kombe ibulo mutala ngata filo kono anything will happen that I will carry the blame.
So binyolo started wala na baliya ku master wala na baliya ku master long time means I've got like 4 or 5 months before this day me anko even yanko badabo to start statement on a radio me anko I knew could be a trigger when the party was accused of having different kabulus or
exactly kabri yanko badabo e statement okay akame for ko yanko badabo e statement just give me one
yanko individual let ede yanko bala problem o kel no party leader la problem because talib nim party leader problem be nutem
just listen
between these two individual let because
just give me one
yanko bala problem on the media
just
talib is their problem
just hear me of course yanko is an individual but not an ordinary individual. This is what we need to understand.
The chairman though
is an individual but not an ordinary individual. Yeah, family. And I mean for ko Yankuba ko, just like the Talib statement, Yankuba's first statement was not that.
Or his statement
was a statement of what in the number flag bearer Yinikan. You understand? And no, all of a sudden that you turn, I mean ta kajeko ateman chance soto, then whoever have the chance, then afana bajela ko abu campaign sila kala purwa kana soto.
But Yanko is loved by West Coast folks though.
Of course, jema come go jema yalt. West Coast dingo nyanta wo kano dilala. Yanto kano dilala. But that would not mean ko na mean ke mimma right mo fanta fola.
Okay.
Yeah, family.
So
But
I just need...
long as you like clarify, sorry.
Okay.
But komi honorable coming for ente ngamera hani atol panel ol jambe to mu kukutol ti mobe nyato ja. Komi talib tatale within a day pro a conclusion of the submission of the documents I usenu call. What akamunta betrayal of trust like oto usenu multi mia lonko talib manyana lala al kotek. Komi ya kolika
Can you take that again?
Ngo komi ni atar usen talib tata usen kol kaje komi bi o samalen deadline o de pour UDP min di pour application on file. Usenu koy kon tema apply warra usenu ya apply a week ago. Wota akamunta usenu nin talib tema auto badi ya mayna tarlaje. Because akamunta e trapol dum pride dum trapol.
Very good.
Anunte ngalo usenu ta sonna wala till killing because abe lonnale. What is just like a pregnancy? It's already there pour mo be to yalo. And second link kanele. Usenu la makamo ba United Democratic Party kono nyami anabe banko ka nyami talib mantar Usenu Santo United Democratic Party kono so talib tafol nabe Usenu kola United Democratic Party la kola Usenu yo kuma si fa fay anu I want to believe that Gambia Talent Promotion will fact check this kaje ko mi kule mi alon ka sort and I believe United the Gambia Talent Promotion as okay no talib must come atani mola to nyalem nga Usenu nga kole a day or two to the closing ngaje komi atel fu ya dela konyo komi ma apply mo betu nata ka apply talib le diamo time and again ngala ma kamine fo kabring be nga application o submit interview keta den nata murun kata pa biya anun kabira ba resign na komi kanyun dulami fana foden Usenu ma right so talib le la position o nyina amanke abulol mu de kay nanga na national organizing secretary dile talib le la position ol anu mo jamal be parti ko mi yalon ko position o be bulo kon yonin talib sita ako Usenu ko okay komi ni ne contest le position ola mi fele be bola position o nyinto okay o batin jiko tatarlaje pour ngan continue with my national organizing secretary o mala right le ya family and Usenu ajel ko na parti bim fari mo la mi yalon ko hani talib bote je bi it's indispensable na bote je bi do model financial position o tano nin talib tata fa aya fongo fe komi ntanyin kele no because of trust le better ni tema I'm not sure Usenu nyanta ka rixa kaje komi nanga continue wonyam wo mu talib la sole decision net anu kabra be sila ni momo talib la body language jibe the way aboko diamka it's like he had made that final decision another resignation o temo jibe
okay fine
another party lo temo yajel
so,
talib la party lo temo na resignation o be mu deolde fa ya lo uta kamunta talib parere mbandi ngolem
Okay.
So
I just want you to clarify one part. You made mention that, okay, Talib has been facing some infighting within the UDP. But we have also seen that throughout these years, Talib has been the golden boy of the United Democratic Party. What sort of infighting was Talib facing? And when did that happen? Started even?
okay, near Jibe, coming going for if you look at it, just how Modi said it, you know, the groups that we have, I can say the Talib's team, the Yankuba's team, and the Rohi's team. You understand? And then if you look at it, it all started from Yankuba and Rohi. You understand? Attacking Talib, but you can never say, okay, today Talib have replied to these people. It was once when Yankuba was on the member Karen TV when he was talking about Talib. And then I think it was out of emotions. He went online to write something. I think we have reached our limit. And then regrettably, he had to delete that. You understand? Because he shouldn't have to say that. So, but then, if you look at this, all of them have their ambitions. You understand? If Rohi have her own ambition, Yankuba have his own ambition, and likewise Talib, and not only these three, but there are other people. You understand? But look at when we open the applications, look at the number of people that have applied. You understand? And then if you look at it again, how many people have went too far, or I can say to an extent, until the voting. They have not withdrawn their application. You understand? So this infight, which is there, it has been in the party, and then honestly, it was not dealt with. They could have treated, all of them can come together and treat this, and then it is done. You understand? I can remember it was once when this was treated. It was once. But then after it was treated, nobody knows whether this is exactly we should not be doing, or this is what we should be doing. You understand? That article, the statement should have come from the party to say, okay, fine, we have discussed all this problem and then we have solved it, and nobody should now discuss about this, or nobody should now do this and that. You understand? And that can shape us another path to move. You understand? And Talib, we should all see, he's a member of United Democratic Party, and he was the article developed by United Democratic Party, and even his statement, he have article indicated that, or he have made that statement to say whatever article I am today is because of UDP. You understand? So therefore, he should be given that chance also to test. He should be allowed to exhaust the process. But he wasn't allowed to exhaust the process. I will draw the nyadile. Money now will draw that. Just excuse me. Then there bita pabiya. I mean it and the wolonko. Ku mimbe kiring. Amamo kumpa. Andung patila nyanto address la. Look, yaje. We will disagree. Maybe you will not agree with me. But the statement ko hani atakomingo Talib tatale UDP saku keno. This is not. This supposed to. This should not be the thinking of any member from the United Democratic Party, because it was not my thought.
No, but
give me 1 minute.
Because of Talib.
No, give me 1 minute. Give me 1 minute. Now, near Jibe, before Talib was with us. We were all united. We were all one forces in 2021. And what was the percentage we have? This is where we should be calculating. And we should not allow even Taliban kamfara wala namkweko alfa suo kono alfa korda kono wala alfa kabilo kono ni ala kore na ta ka kweko nte bi nyinni na kala alfa nyanta fly ko nte ko mbele nafa kore bele nafa nte ko ekte nyinkala do ibi batulel fo I act otherwise then is na lonko to nyato nya na dinno mama nan kunno but at that right point in time amanya na ka fa ko okay say ngai accept le. Then I atara keba nyintole ko
Talib da male fon tamoy ko nyingeta in house meeting ne Talib ni Hussein ta so long man Hussein da bo tamoy ndanga mirate manya na conclusion fon kala wodo annu ako regional leader le mati anda jigita Hussein da bo la nyaton kala sanji tan saba sanji morning konon ndanga mira nin Talib da ma finda mi alon ko is just as chairman party structure mbo wol Talib is just English mbo use is just compared to Hussein na tara tebe leadership le bunya otonin Talib fintita nan kani Hussein in house behind closed doors discussion okay atenyenta ko oto londe fananga Hussein tabat before I will make my conclusion but ate conclusion o tale already Talib min dilal oto akamunda is not even a subscriber to the principles of the United Democratic Party. Is a subscriber to Talib as an individual wole sia bata mol kono milbe resign ka ni yajjamo do fana nyininga aba fole man Talib le tantata annun tol as a party principles le bije document ne bije mimu constitutional policy le bije kamil wafi banko dingol man nimbita kan electional ntol subscribe to wala ntol man subscribe individual and secondly ite kan nyimol min fo ning kabudul min bakerin ten kabudu kilinda mal contest wo kabudu do be withdraw nyaade they have never mentioned comme ning carré contest usenu contest anta contest wol ne move and secondly ni nata ning kabudu ko fon be jibe Yankuba is just in his first term Talib ning rohile benunje ya fa wotumo sane kontongole be berikama Sirfo Sonko ya fahamle so nin kabudu ko starter rohining Talib le tem ni la Yankuba le diamu ma ka fo komi a rohi fo ngani fo nyele that means that Talib molle babulu on Facebook time and again in ala profile ni ila profile of Talib le bije so most of the time ni inside no kamana
can just 1 minute let me just clear this ya jele as that's why wala nan ko
ni malla ni tan faamula so wokono ngamra roy fana nata la conclusion ka roy la parle roy nata la conclusion ako mulle ka bulala mulle ka casticate ka kajafi anu nyulmu parti dingole min ya lonko ibe siri in the diaspora ye Talib le muta sutiata Talib bala atela jero kono bari Talib anine diamu tayle pour asa diamu ñu molye e ka kajafiro min kala anu so longi be patikin pour ye fonyo Talib nene man diama ngamra ay wole cascade down to Yankuba fana wala ne ko fana time and again kabra woje afana exploiter nat ay nyifo woto nyin kabudu manke Yankuba fon la starting Yankuba nat la ay nyin kabudu ko tara nyul bulo kon so kay Yankuba kamana ka drag nyinto I think wo is inconsistent.
Okay, fine. Ila statement yemi tande ko Yankuba ko rohi ko teng.
Yeah.
You understand me? Ita fana yo lo nyaadi la ko Yankuba e minfo ati fon Yankuba e wo verify le before abita ko fo.
Ka verify nyaadi ani rohi temu.
Ani rohi temu.
Rohi follow le diamu de tadbe ko la tata gis
ani
suñu rew.
Ani de e mo fo jande.
Suñu rew nga fele no.
Ani la moy do e mo fo jande. Iko Yankuba ko rohi kaeten.
Ha.
Yankuba e minfo rohi minfo Yankuba e.
Ha.
Yankuba e wo verify nyaadi le.
rankuba be diamu kam based on second person nella
second person wala
English kono wolem second person komi rohila kuma kango
fine
mbo wole fo kanja rohie min fonye and wole kata munti komi talib molle be profile be talib bul on the Facebook molle min alon kon tefro yi fongelon pati dingol lem rohie wo fo adalla ni tata science and suñu re batar la je ano let mi la ni nga koy solo lankana jele non kana jele anse
ila statement mo minti ko yankuba ya fole ko rohi kay teng yo fam yankuba min fo rohi min fo yankuba diamta walla
yankuba ko for referencing I rohi la use as a referencing pour delete sa 5
every referencing jandi be actla e ka verify la fonte
hani amanjari wo verify la kare ko o manjari purite wo verify nin kare le afi isa fono mole kare ko so atuta mole ta wo kare le and wo kare fana sita teletole aya fongo fo aseniata mo be tu sa kare reference no it's just reference in English mean ndesena nga fono itondi fo modlamin ko so wo tude tele bul pati dungo ite bi talib koma wo tele bul pour ka kata ka roy channel ka fay tele nyim fo yankuba so ndenga mere dis kabudu team phone ibe yankuba ke kanje right now is a male character talib is a male character
no
but yankuba come and find this kabudu team
fine okay sign ite kuma kilin fonye do you verify ko yankuba alafta nyin ko wala
ka lafi mun kula
ka lafi flag biarale
afunga ya fole ko min nyata usenda bota lola usenda bolo lo yankuba kaya wasa
okay fine sign ninta fanan ko to nya yankuba laftal anda ya fole e bo kala nyaadi
kamu fo
ninta ko yankuba dabo ko alafta chia UDP la flag biarale anda ya push up to the last minute ni ngofo ita fanan bo fola nyaadi
ndi lala
e be lala
lata ko mi yankuba aduno bala alafita fanan nyata usenda man contest abe contest
that was not his statement
komi
yankuba la statement no manki woti yankuba ko aba place o nyinilal fo usenda ba nyinila fo usenta nyina ba nyinala it was a dead chance for him
komi bari yankuba time and again fo labongo
another you turn out
ngabla nyul
ngatam mi nyaato do man men ngaaje ñing election man jam fa ko tek
okay
lately ngaaje ko political turmoil wala katal UDP that's what actually most political commentators describe it an election man jam fa. Don't you think, more military and other party, having Talib also in our movement, and the opposition they always want to challenge the incumbent, right? Don't you think it would increase President Adam Barrow's chances to win the election in 2016?
Non te manjiki wala manjiki komi nying betu mu kuleti mimba Adam Barrow le chances warande la pour ka win because hani United movement for change kodi imo opposition ole te han sai amanke komi le nyimbo kay kata Adam Barrow le kay opposition bench ole ka
auto so because mine kata ni lo te fongoy UDP lo te fongoy because dole farasta UDP ratalo United movement dole fanan bola NPP the obviously certainly yeta join United movement but the kind comes along you will have probably more opposition political parties, and then you have one incumbent probably NPP or let base BGL already, even though few
no NPP in komi NPP from faction of body economy along ko say they are ahead of telephone because all telephone up to IEC pour ka register as a political party so ntolbe min kono beating NPP fanam bole kon we are in the same boat the same faction or not all bokam faction ne botam betu kon but in tol nga proof sort of that we keep on surviving this. Because Haninata Adam Fongo GBB, Adam was an executive member of the United Democratic Party. And Nukabrabe Bola United Democratic Party Fanankono, President Yale Babulo Kono, Nafulo Babulo Kono, Masea Sembo Babulo Kono. Mol Bota UDP, Kiro Kumata, Mol joint Akang. Oma UDP Fad, Bini Adam Yininka, Jumale Mila nightmare oppositional Kono. Hani Mol Fongol Kafol, Pundit Solka Tandile Komi, there cannot be changed without UDP's involvement. Mo betu bofokan. Ora kamun han Adam Bo UDP. Aye male bara manka ye falet woto so Talib Labo is just equals to Adama Fanana Molmin Bota kon be one ne follow so ntolbe jikiring komi 2016 betu ngajel UDP la executive member Jamal Tata soronna dol bije kija farobe mol man ta karre fawla bar alhamdulillah mol nata dung coalition talks all kono fo bi Adama nata tammi UDP is still open kaje komi that coalition partners come together kotege pour Adama lem betu la problem opposition momo be opposition kono bi UDP open dole ba bulo kono pour ay nay lakang nga kacha ma foka lakang pour ntol nga nyaton koya because kacha le be kala opposition party be kacha la pour komi Adama la wato akete nyami isaje nsa Adama fanan challenge anu jiko bije komi 2016 minketa ka Adama bondi wo sekeno in 2026 so UDP as an individual party niba wala komi nyulla boje ha momo hani mo kelim bote kono hani honorable la bo UDP party mu number quality because election aka countle number 1 2 3 4 so ni honorable minus ta JB nte as an individual ni modo kate mo woje komi is big thing nte ngajel komi is big thing and we will still talk to them honorable ole na muru nam party nyinga sanji 29 years parti mi alon ko yele na fulo dundije because UDP mantara in government pour ka kodo bondi ka dundi UDP nyin teglalem nyin asobi sangolem min ya lon ko honorable ya lon UDP ka kodo soto nyame ala na fulo dunta jele because ka paso fongo jo kata UDP la meeting yele na fulo lem wodi so pour kata lo say mo kilina kola honorable ndeng hamiral nyento wojibile ale na muru nal bota dulal minto nga adama kele because of adama lem betulo opponent talib la loi fongo akamunda akata kele kilingol anun tol jikita ko sembo min ben wo sembo tal albita lala molle ka milya lonko kunu wolmalje ko mi atolle mo kendolde so nte najji ko mi munti ya murun because ila ta abe malale because numbers tol sulata wala qualitative numbers so ila murun nan fanan dole ya commence le kanana and we are welcoming them honorable fongo jiko bi je ko mi aba murun nan
so Mr. Manet, there has been this debates around that one party cannot win the incumbent in this country.
Yeah.
Is UDP open to coalition with other political parties, especially people like the Honorable himself, who have just left the party? Are you ready to open the door to welcome them in case of coalition?
Well, it can be important thing. Ngamira most reference ke no aliaje komi tonyale because ninata jibe kabiring jawra la jamanol parti kilin nene mang jawra bondi no jang fukudi tal nata bondi jamme fanan sita parti kilim fana nene man jamme bonni no jam mi sada election nani o sabati yo woto sain coalition ol nata jamme bon woto so mosa sino aye mira ka woto parti kilin ta fenke bondi la no jam adama fana bondi la no jam so UDP ko ndol jikita komi niata unite movement ben kan ani modol ha jikitan sa adama bonni no jam damma bar sa nyimmi be tu fana be kerin tenting UDP is still open kaje komi mole joining ka minkete esa falto GDC mama kande even this new party will be nakang it be to one problem le be bulo kon and the solution to that problem UDP fana bole ni ngol woto pour nga laño ka nga ke collectivity ngata nga ni problem o bonni ñaar ndol we are open to that so unite movement me fongo settle follow so mol min me fongo settle follow eta fol no ni woleta coalition kon because ñulma executive fongo soto follow among any standing document soto follow it mean be guide la pour ni nata coalition talks and usually coalition talk momo binale je ñende ke la full fledged ni man ke party fa ñende ke la movement et mi alonko you have your executive min be structuring isaje ni nata sita ini la executive members sa sino isa fo karelem ñindi ini mul sa kacano bar bi mbetu ngalo ne talib da malem nyaton ko tije malo honorable mon position na babulo kon yo sama ninko samal ngata coalition talks la united movement for change tarla no wo kono because one man tinnem face ke collective to follow ya movement okay in a form of a structure ti ngalo jumalen jumati pour nisa sino sama so nyo account no but ni mo kili nata you cannot account him na botaje anytime there is nothing to account honorable ba falante dati je because ndena man kacha pour kata si wo tebulo ninga but na structure so ta position o soto it becomes binding honorable kang ani model min yalon ko party because executive members decision from the top is always binding on every executive member but nin talib da mabe tama content among structure londi at italo no any coalition discourse I'm not sure UDP will entertain individual discussions ka the
so
just out of curiosity I mean have you structured your unite movement yet or not? Because even
that's why I'm even laughing because he cannot be able to tell that. Definitely he's not in the right position to say that. All right, in the movement.
Maybe you can say an official elected executive.
Exactly, maybe that's better. So but officially, when you say official, in fact, then it have to be like to the public, but not to the members of Unite movement. You understand? Those people know they have a structure that are acting to help, regulate or put structures in place. So like he's saying, when it comes to the matter of coalition, that we cannot be able to represent ourselves very well. That, no, let him not think about that.
No, but I don't remember for honorable. Cabinet by UDP functional be able based on the constitution for all them.
Yeah.
Yo, but the left Unite movement constitutional balbule follow.
Unite movement, we have our constitution.
But when you the public, it will be a cook to be transparency, public document them all.
Unite movement, I mean, have you already registered yet? You haven't registered.
We have not registered yet.
Exactly. So
that registration process is all ongoing.
Yes.
And Mimukumo design whether we can be, well, we can have coalition or we can join other people to form a coalition. When we call it the mianko abasabatirinde, ya family, and among what manjamfa, some very soon people will know. Partial bijel mianko ibahameri molla. Partial bijel mianko ibahameri molla. And the bajel ko ni ader to nyato janton man nyato ko soto. Minu ben na ko tamandila. Then I will call you party from a confidence sort of mold can approach.
Then I mean,
Okay, Ibrahim, I have a question. We've seen that some people are leaving your movement, going back to UDP. Are you seeing that as a threat
or something like that?
Yeah.
Are you seeing that as a threat or
Yeah.
it's just normal?
Of course, like everybody will say, we want a number. We don't want to have our number and then we -1. You understand? But also, like all of us, we are all entitled to our decisions or our how to call affiliations. We can say, okay, today we are with UDP, but then we went to how to call Unite movement. You understand? And every other person have the same similar right to say, okay, fine, I came here voluntarily and then I'm exiting voluntarily. You understand?
But it was too early, less than a week.
Now
They came less than a week and then left.
like when you come to those who came and left, is only one person I can say.
But
it's only one person I can say, and then
there
that
are
is
reports that some other people are
no,
leaving.
no. This is it. When it come to politics, sometimes they will try to come with statements or allegations that will build fear in others. You understand? But to be quite honest with you, there is nobody who is planning to go back. You understand? And the SM you are talking about, he's my guy. You understand? And I will thank SM so much because he has helped us. During the little stay he had with us, he definitely helped us to get most of the things that we are looking for. So today, if we go back to United Democratic Party and still left us with that, benefits, then we are grateful. You understand? And as I speak to you now, SM, what SM have done for us, only one thing or two things, I can say one thing or two things, that we are going to benefit from it. You understand? So if at all he didn't trust us or he didn't trust the movement and he came and left, he wouldn't have in number one place, he wouldn't have tell us or help us to do that and that. You understand? So he did that and then we benefited from it. So he just went back to United Democratic Party. And then we will just tell him thank you for coming and helping us. And then he's gone back to his position. So it's normal.
Yeah, because when I listened to his statement, he said like Talib surround himself with certain kind of people who are, he described them as opportunists. That is the reason why he left.
That is not a genuine reason, I will say, that one should have leave your party because you have seen somebody surrounding your leader and you call them an opportunist. You understand? That should not, make him move out. He should have just because there's a motive or there's a reason why he came and joined the movement, and there's a reason why he came and built the movement. You understand? He doesn't only join the movement, but he built the movement. There's a reason for that. And if truly there are people who have another motive around our leader, then he would have been in the better place to tell those people, no, this interest, that's not what we are here for. You understand? Maybe if he try it 1, 2, then there is no solution to it, then he can exit. You understand? But he said there are opportunists, but he didn't tell whether he tried to convince those people what they are doing to stop what they are doing. And to me, and to all other members in the Unite Movement for Change, there is nobody who can pinpoint to say this one is an opportunist. We are all Gambians, and we are all having our right to associate. We all came together to form that movement. You understand? And that movement is here for everybody. Yourself, Modu, and then my brother, all of us have our right to come and join.
Are you
open
to actually join coalition with UDP and other political parties to actually go and battle President Barrow in 2026? That
will be the most interesting point for us making an coalition with UDP, because I know for us, we are talking with other parties, a lot of parties. I'm going to assure Gambians that there will be coalition. Certainly, that's what Gambians want. They want coalition, because we all know not an individual or an individual party can unseat the incumbent.
Yes,
there must be a coalition.
Certainly.
And then we have that. But with UDP, if they will come and join us, then we will welcome them.
You joining them, they joining is all the same. I think what about is the leadership, it's the president you actually. But now, having to actually remove yourself from your Democratic Party and then trying to welcome other political parties, then there must be something fishy on the ground that you probably could have sorted out within yourself at the party level than having to create your own movement and trying to challenge the president and having to.
And then I will tell you this:
parties.
there's nothing fishy about this. You see, there will be no single party in the Gambia that will stand to say, I formed my political party without inviting other members from other parties. There's no party here. Even UDP that we left, there are 3 or 4 parties that came together and formed that party, isn't it? And even MPP that is in power today, there are several other parties that came together and formed MPP. And every other party in the Gambia, all of them, no one will say, I form my party without inviting other party members.
But PDIS.
You understand? There's nothing like you will say that you cannot you cannot prove PDIS from their party without inviting, because there were existing parties at that time.
They don't invite.
No.
Been very consistent
Yes.
anyway.
No. There are other parties that join PDIS.
Honorable.
Even one party.
Honorable. Nenga mera. Eko inka talible for come alle leader. Ele dia mo kon. I think atol hani movement of fong.
Your guy is not becoming the host now.
No.
Not really.
Yeah, he's not becoming the host because
Yalo will be filled in there. Phone the jackal.
No.
Because movement of fong ka form nyami.
Yeah.
Movement ka form nyami. Nyula boss fong ma wolong. These people akamunte male be mi fong ke kan sign thing. Because movement ka form nyami. Under any democratic dispensation, movement ka form with interim level, where you have the chairperson and the interim executive. So that bi mol min yalon ko la flele na flow dundi la movement no kono pour asa lono nyamen ka ke fente yalon honorable lem interim nyinti nim dolem na leader but talibita fon institute la no as the supreme leader of the movement without mol yaje komi we bring him as the interim but ati all for the ako is the leader ako is the leader komi SM la ko ila leader so talibita fon institute nyade ka ke leader akamundo da dictatorial tendencies la tandi wodula
okay fine
you need an interim executive
you will feel
like
you
said interim balbu leban before you call yourself movement jumani jumale movement on nyinya positional
sande be nyin kala minna mine be confused la movement or kodo itaminto mine be confused la
because ya mo clean ne use janka fonna leader that is dictatorial ibuka mo clean use no movement kono mo ma tombo
male be nyim banko kan afonye parti jumal be nyim banko kan mim nyaton ko su
hanide wol mu parti let yalla tol mom puta parti follow la ali won bonni nyamo kono follow almanke parti di follow ICR recognize le ba
whether ICR recognize
so secondly fanang atol senda no iman na point of sude let me land longa land pour ya sude nko almalo min fon movement ka Kenya mi alna la leadership fon mo
amanke kom malo mi movement
woto interim le
movement
mo ken das ko do tala no on behalf of the party I can leader I can treasurer I can advisor I can fon be
so mimbeje I mean movement all it depends because you have a near juro bula bala babula juro be ra baglo but mi nga min ko maladi at the end point so it depends maybe come here for nyaming you know in fact like I said they're not even registered officially right so Nkomo is still at an infant level right so my mirafong at this point they should be even be lobbying funds from donors
not lobbying more like for la commit la pour mo be tuwa bu mi yalon ko la commit la kapat no nyum wala yalo mina ngodu la fon yalo ngamina ngodu la
aba fanna confuse
SM na malana leader la who appoint that leader wala nyanta lon na follow because ita mo kilin biafo ni SM malla nyinna
and then who do you think
Usenu Dabo wol Adama Barrow wol all these people go through Congress like they become supreme leaders based on the constitutional references
fine
but Newman constitution
just give me one minute
among interim soto ikafo mole ko nin kare malla na leader Talib cannot be
no every movement there is nothing like whether he's not or he's the one. Every movement has a leader.
At least you have somebody. Maybe
Every movement has a
Ato
leader.
Mondiro
He's the one.
Afa Ato Mondiro
I don't know.
Official
I-
video
Hani
flower.
Kapo.
No, I don't know
Hani
whether
Kapo to Mondiro
I don't know
Bekele.
whether deliberately he just want to silence that, but every leader or how to call every movement or every group, there's a leader, and then whether it's just in the how to call at the premature stage, but there must be somebody who will say who will be like, okay, fine, we are all looking up to this one to lead us and we do
Akato
this.
Monne.
Okay,
You understand? And then what we will be blind. You understand? And in fact, not during at the time of naming the movement, before we name the movement, mina tamandi. Mimba tindala fonga nana ngafuta bila nga movement of ono. Ya family. Ni atara komi ko ateba fola. In a deliberate statement ko molma nyaton ko soto wala man structural soto mimba ni movement o tamandi la moli. Iman system o min kono.
So, like,
Abakole ala la puriya ofo.
so akamota like, ninga understand, maybe let's say, I mean, in fact, maybe before Talib Bala Fenko from Vitro, maybe something has been cooking behind the scene.
I
Is that-
well no.
When how to call ni atara femba kukla je ya family ni atara momo la woti ita tara foi ko ibe resign nale yele place o muta yadi e bota dam yele place o sendi bu nyani hormo kono wote ite balla pour yeta ye fansum parti lo wala ye fansum movement o lo but ni ye fansum movement o lo whether model ba jele nyama that will not stop you forming your movement ya family ndol bon nan dami comme ga ya fo nyami dol ba fo ko yete la hajola. But I tell him that makes sense. I could no. He needed no number. A man lafi moye finti. A family. But I say it will be korosiro to be minting. But korosiro kajibe new movement of betale no nyamin.
I'm ninkum frustrated level. Ninkum almiding already, so they probably want you to move.
Maybe you know dingol le mundi. Nakuo nyabo bijele, nakuo nyato ta bijele. Wole batin nala abanyin confusion o dundele da mangol to tenting. Yeah, family. All bad never confuse or do but until the info is clear. At a full no control manyaton ko soto. At a full no command structural soto.
Yalo honorable phone. Hansa among principle decision ne di me tali boni patito. Anun tali fanang ale diamu amin betu among principle decision ne di kafo it's a policy failure or a democratic failure le sota wole boni patito. Hansa ente mo jale diamu kono. Anu me o meta fanane diamu kono.
Now I was gonna ask because Talibla, I mean, resignation Jamal Yat and I mean, he's Talib shows some kind of cowardice or whatsoever they describe it. But now that I take a budget, I take a resignation or tender ko molka budget nyami. But then you cannot just come and then try to ibe bokanje still you are pressing in the party at some point and people don't know your stand. Maybe you will think a double standard they play at some point. I mean, don't you think Talib could have just easily tender resignation ay budget ko ite botaje nyami ngere jele resignation tender nyami or dul fana.
Bare akumaya ta mol nga lonko Talib is just an ordinary member now in UDP. Kabring atata ala statement no in a video recording ko nganna place on resign as a organizing.
Talib has, I mean, resigned from being a national secretary organizing, right? But still, I'm about UDP because these are two different things.
I attended mulla ka about UDP le. When I attended mulla ka about UDP le. When about movement or gender about Lola.
Well, we haven't. I'm not privy to that document or that video. Yeah.
Maybe you can revisit the video. The video is viral. All the medias have picked it.
I've watched the video. I mean, I haven't seen anywhere that Talib article like about a UDP until this minute. I understand Fanko a movement on I wrote all about it, you know, he made mention of that, but then to officially resign from it, I think that should have been just, I mean, one shot and then
statement,
right? But then Jamal Ko Talib is not direct forward. You as somebody that actually joined Talib's side. You must not go for Molle, maybe Alan Kafo, Talib Molmi Alan Kafo, ala slow mantling, La Hale, Walankum, Kuloda Molaman, De Lalefanam. Take us to that.
Ala fenko molbo folala because ni molman la mirror o man killing modol be ko jela nyaming anin dol fana bal jel nyaming e man killing like nte ba fol ko Talib atilintale ya famle anu moja ma ba no may blata no ma because ya jëm motilinde ngolete moja ma ba no ma bimbe tembo min to tending momin doron be Talib no ma na from all the other parties e be jikola sotato ya doku nyale je ya kebaro leje ay minke banko kanja especially banko tundo min nyaton kayakan ay minke ye waya tinne lata ala kendeke and kuja mala findita ala kuoto abe nata ay talib proof le right ko nyaton ko kendolo amanke ku kilindi amanke fulati amanke sabade miya proof to ko talib mu nyaton ko kendole ya famle niaje ko bibi la tendi mobe ba fol talib ala nyaton ko kende alo talib mo ni mo jellen nata na chairman yala wala mayor yala ya famle modol bije it stumbled on the way your problem was on the way and mbiti do latenti ngol lonne ko karini karita to mol le kono ya family and then call kujamal investigator about Talib and many other people ya family and inata mol nata jele ko to nyaade yar fon hada badum mantimma bara ay kata ko minke mo be fana wojele waya itandile ko mole jikoni lando sorato fine ni nata modol la karole minul ko Allahu taala ibafula ko komin ko amman kayto min safe wala batinala ibaful ko adendetale hani ni adra komin ko United Democratic Party malla ni ko Talib resign tale then they should not have advertised his position. They shouldn't have advertised his position.
I think he resigned indirectly. So
no, I resigned the position hotel.
Position from the party, yeah. From the party but
and then from the party I resigned tale.
But we haven't
I resigned tale.
Okay, program on I mean I left like one question there, and then we can also talk about the lately a lot of police brutality. Of course, is back in the Gambia that we actually fought for prior. But then I mean, don't you think Jamal Kameng is high time for Usain also to give chance to the young one? At least, alhamdulillah, that he has groomed so many young politicians. They can lead the party. At Le Young Kuba grew, Le Young Kuba Dimola, Young Kuba is doing wonders in BAC. Talib, the same Talib, I mean, Dimola is doing wonders in KMC, you know, what is your take on that? The Baba should also give chance to the young ones.
I think I'm a party leader. I was signed with Betu Tandiga Menola. Niaje bimbe Talib fon fol Talib la mema ama mi parti kono bake 2018 ne Gambianol fon yalum joalen Talib ya famle yankuba fana nata ngalong yankuba fele do wolbe kelola ning tubabu do di no be middle use kanje bari komi kabrana ta banko kanja mo jamal fana yalum joalen yankuba isa roy fana fo sayam fo mol kanyi mol sa bolva bari mine keta problème ante ngalo ninketa korda kono alifa be hakilo to la bakel dinol millialon ko bi ni teti je keba betu minanne kebal ka fe fitarango fel fitaran kese kili niya fenke abekatlel barniya jama bata pa bi dol ko use as examples so sa ning position of je mi alon ko mo kilin da male ka so parti betu kono itile nyim mo sabol betu bal nyabe lori woka iketa tula nywe Talib fintita akoning pabi balola wenta wasalenta kel wota akamunta nim pabi mallo Talib is going all out atela mola mol yango fana yata nim pabi mallo nte fana nalo tam aba wasal barna mallo wota akamunta yango fana is going all out and other party members. So imagine it as alifai nyabo wola. Ye molje mini alon ko ye campo lo banko betu alon ko nyul to nya molle be kom anu nyul betu la fla minella siran killing o nyento wala soto. Ite ya jigi komi bi ni atara nu yankuba le winta. Ni yankuba ni ata Talib ya contest le pabi be siri. Alon ko Talib be findila. Ni Talib le fanantata a winta wodular. Yankuba fana ya fol komi ala position of bakela min. Do ama fa bole party to baraka ba fon reconsider. And so we are talking about how many factions say. Maybe saban nani o misi ata word utusaga munda usenu scientending ala na ketel pour que party unite because nama wokenu faction wala be bolanu anu mobetu e wala je komi wala be kel
so don't you think I mean be wa factional be wulikan usenu have a responsibility ka je ko factional ning I will stop will have addressed that because ngala ne ko mobile kala mo ba usen la UDP you know
what is science
exactly pabi ngol mol e be kala moy usen da wala fengo fem fay so don't you think ala na step into on time could have actually I mean change the narratives happening at the moment could have yalo
usenu step tele time fo wala be keri wato min and se ko limbe mol mil fanam fo kanyan Talib manke dindindi se ko li Talib a whole constituent le borondika ninko constituent meaning in region woni abanka region dinti region dingola region woni na alifalim ken sila alifalim Talib tiji yango mu alifalti west coast royi mu alifalti banjul uto nyulten dindinti piriyalon ko mimman bete a parti kono pour yetara kala ka fa mulla nyante commander anun time and again parti leader ya tanile komi nka nyul commandinen hani yankuba kabira yo findoge parti leader da kere fatule yanyin kaje akwa ay yankuba ni tal kabir wokete immediately ay yankuba commander ay Talib commander pour kaje yo ko bula bar nyul ya ndela ko to maje komi saying pabil ke la moy nu usenu na nyami mamira nyu fonnin keli be wala mo rol tindindikal ni wonten hani Talib la wax fo wax waxet lemba amanya na kala na rako mi akela moy nu alifa nyinnale ya fahamle so wole na ke problem ñul manke dinin these people are running a whole region it wollem alifalti wodulat so woto wom kulede mi alon ko mumay na fulo watin tamana ge nim kukuro bi mi sapati tey mo satari tol commande la no wala itambita wolle bulola ndenga mera ko mi yele decisional make le already not to unite anu party leader man haji soto woto is an individual in the party like an individual utinyami a made them fenna je ni tata to the point that ya joko ita unite la no ata ku kele no mili alon ko bala kumo moyla asa wolle samano anu bi mil bala kumo moyla ka ni wolle be ku kilin kata mil mala kumo moy ifintita le be lori be fongole isita mulla kumo moy saying without party leader la kumo
ko mara baga programme nyem bala banda boden comme nga fa nyamen do aled li nga amin police soldier amin ku jamal lebe keding amin le même be fengol wala Omar Badji but then ala ko nyimita kan ko they will not delve much into the nitty-gritty of that matter but also police soldier criminal resource report so le men bonni ka ko Omar ko itali ni min kada but generally nka fute sol men je police soldier ka mol handle nyaming. What is your take on the general operation of the Gambia Police Force at the moment?
Well, Gambia Police Force la mamma it's a machinery setup scientific. You militarize already because it can mold time and again because protest all be carrying jandi nyim fon ba kala. So protest all kone ka jibele be mol makanje nyami. E kan nyul je momuta ya fonka fa handcuff already in the control of police. Ibe modela na tulo bush. Go footage will be to jël mom mi alongo it's already under your control abulo be coffre ko telling complete anarchy le kon wolem lawlessness ni multa police ol bunyala multa kele fen if intete dawoda abekele jorango doronet so ngamira police need serious training and reforms nyente kele police ol la karole saje
a lot of money has been pumped into the security sector reform but it seems mantra will realize because il manual ni la min do ku jani
ibaje is a political will ni ko resources reforms ka ke political will let ya family tema de nga police wol jeli fungol associated ni government na as a whole but NPP in general nga jele kabiring hani molbe bola opposition de kasaun kata government government subset of NPP police wol la ban sol ninki ki ka mol ci ka ke dandang utaka muntu police wali fungol identify party la jang momo mantara wotebe opposition la banda ni findite kokula wotete banko jawle the way they attack you is very harsh time and again hani ngo 3 years jonna minje moltare le fe la nyin josol nyingol be minbal ye katije anu nga police wol jele ka findi ka fe fungol ye komi welcome ni UDP la craso del kredene police wol ka findi ka fo yidi ko le welcome happy ni mu banko dingol le man sa kunda mimbe siri mo ini wole mantara ku kelinto bari banku dingol le ka namol jole ni wafiro la ni la marché fengol la doro tax collector ni nate bu kenni nga femu UDP to femu NPP la they collect tax from you so wodo na police obe interfere ani wo mol amanya na jibele ide NPP lem o UDP lem bar time and again nkaje ka hana hanim protest eka associate with oppositions lela wala ka na police wol katara kamfari wo nyama jetende intele jikoto police la problème mo di oppositions let not Gambians as a whole but oppositional wol Gambiano be characterize wala momo findi da silo kan imu oppositional and ibe dilele komi e ka banka ka president kontandi pour la place ol saka fu nyami.
Honorable Ibrahim, can also throw some
thank you. When you come to this incident that happened in Mandinaring, and then also another footage was in circulation not long ago, I think about 3-4 days ago. Another footage was in circulation, and then everybody was commenting on it. What happened is just unfortunate, and then the police need to be extra careful. You see, when you recruit the new police officers, they need to be mixed with the senior persons that will also help them, because you are now telling them go into the field and start doing your job. You understand? Now there's supposed to be somebody that is attached to these people that will give them necessary coaching. You understand? And they will not act violently, because if you act violently, then you can do something that is beyond control.
Horrible.
You understand?
Horrible. Imamera situation o minketa kile is arrested dami. Nyato nkole be o fenkolum. Nyato nkole fon ya tendi nyulla komi alnyenta male tentinde komi o manyami. Uto nyato nkole fon problem.
Exactly. That footage also was just, I can just say, it was not welcoming and it is unacceptable, because as a leader of a whole troop or for a whole group of that police officers, telling them, I said you do this. If you don't do this, I'm going to take you back and redeploy another officers. Then who are you going to deploy? Are they coming with mercenaries? Are they coming with their batons, try to kick and beat people, even in the public? You can arrest them. Take them to your stations. Take them to where it is necessary for you to sit them down and then do the necessary thing to avert or to avoid anything that you are trying to stop. You understand? And then, unfortunately, that happened. The police, as an institution, from the IGP, the head of the police, and the government from the interior minister, none of them will address such a chaotic situation from a commanding officer on the ground in the Pura case. And when they come back to in the Mandinaring case also, they should have just simply arrest the young man, take him, and then let the law take its due course. You understand? But you cannot be chasing an individual until such a location and then do what you wanted to do to him, and then succumb to his death. And now you are telling people, no, you didn't touch him, he just fell down, and then that and that. So you see, the excuses that they are even giving were not something that one can be able to absorb. You understand? And then now, all the blame is on the police. All the blame is on the interior minister and then the IGP. You understand? You train these young people for them to come and help the nation. You should have given them the coach that will help them. This is how we do. Arresting, in fact, arresting does not go with force. Arresting never goes with violence. If arresting goes with violence, know that the person that you are arresting is the one resisting, is the one fighting. And an individual cannot fight a group of police officers. An individual. If this was 10 people, or in fact, let's say 5 people, and then the police officers that are right now, someone is 4. Maybe you can say 5 of them can stand to fight them. Then they also try to take necessary measures to protect themselves. But this is an individual, just one person. Why can't you do what is necessary? Get hold of him, if necessary, handcuff, and then gently move him, and then put him in your pickup trucks. You go. But even the way police officers will arrest people and throw them into their cabin trucks, it's very sad. Throwing an individual already into the truck like that, the head or the legs or some parts of the body can knock on the vehicle like that, and it can cause bodily harm.
Well, it can cause bodily harm.
Yeah.
And then that actually brought us to the end of this conversation. But before we take a leave of you, you can just send in your last or final remarks to our viewers out there, and then from there, Man, you can also actually, and then Marcus would then I wrap it up.
Thank you so much for this program, and then a colleague, Lamin Mane, and I would say big thank you for meeting you, and then your co-host, and then to the viewers, we are one Gambia. We are one united family. Every one of us have a right to associate to another party. And if we have to leave United Democratic Party for another movement, I think the people that are in the movement and the people that are in the United Democratic Party and the people that are in the other parties, we still have to make sure we embrace the unity that we are all known for. I'm encouraging every individual from UDP to uphold the unity, and then encouraging that all of us that are coming in united movement or in united movement for change to hold each other as one big family and advocate for the unity and the peace in the country. All of us are looking for one big office or one big place, which is the presidency. If we can have it, then it is the Gambians that we are leading. And I pray we unite movement for change, we have it. And then whoever will join us to have this together, to do it in an amicable way. And to the police, we will encourage them. The job that they are doing is not an easy task. It's a very hectic one. But let them also do it with high level of maturity, with high sense of maturity, and then with the expertise they've received from the training ground, let them employ that expertise in the field. Let them not exert too much force when the one they are arresting doesn't resist. But because otherwise, anything that happens...
Knowing that you have on your social handles, keep up the good work.
Thank you.
We are happy to win that you have on your social handles, keep up the good work.
Thank you.
We are happy to be here, and I am sure that this is a fruitful discussion that the viewers will definitely look into and then make their own conclusion. That the United Democratic Party is still a principal party as an institution that is led by A.N.M. Dabo as the party leader, the Secretary General, and the flag bearer of the United Democratic Party. And at this moment, my calling to the United Democratic Party members is this, and I quote, in the end, we will not remember the voice of our opponents. And who are our opponents now, they know, but the silence of our comrades, the members of the United Democratic Party. Speak, defend, and protect your party in the best interest possible. Because tell too much falsehood, it becomes fact. If you repeat falsehood to the extent that it gets that space and time to live, it becomes truth. So let us distance ourselves with any falsehood that will be meted against the party at any material time with the best that we can. But also to the police, because we have also included them in our discussion. We are brothers, we are sisters, some of are your fathers, some of are your mothers. So let's just coexist as one state. This thing of force is a thing of the past, we believe. This is why 2016 change was effected, because Gambians were yearning for a state-first government, with a very, docile institutions, strong but docile institutions that will not turn as a mercenary force to the citizens that they are protecting. But now we see those tendencies happening, and then we believe it should stop. If not, 2026, the commissions that will proceed will be something that you will find yourself a very, very funny situation to explain, and then it's just going to be what the junglers have faced now. So let's take things easy, and thank you so much. I think that will be my conclusions for today's discussion.
Great, thank you, Lamin Mani. And Makashuba?
Yeah, thank you, Lamin Mane, and then the Honorable for honoring this invitation. And then to our viewers, thank you so much for your company. And then we'll be here next Thursday. And then Modu.
Yeah, thank you so much. Having mine, and of course, Honorable Ramsise, we actually appreciate you for coming. Despite the short notice, you actually endeavored and actually honored our invitation. Yes. You came. We truly appreciate that. Thank you so much for coming. And our beautiful viewers out there, thank you, and keep watching Gambian Talents TV. It's because of you we actually come here and do this thing for you people to make informed decisions and informed choice, not based on the WhatsApp audios you hear out there. So I've been very humbled to actually receive this gentleman's. It's been a very, very thought-provoking discussion here. And of course, Makashuba, thank you so much for joining me this time. And then next Thursday also we're having other prominent members to actually discuss about the issues happening in the country. Will you come next week? Next Thursday. Thank you, and do have a blissful evening. Bye-bye.